Welcome to Dayton Warcry Club. I'm Warren, and today we have a special presentation for you, a series of clips I took from our most recent tournament in a vlog. Who showed up and who walked away with the grandest prize in Warcry? Stay tuned to find out.
Hey everybody, we're doing a vlog format here for the tournament. We just got round one started. We're going to do some graphics up here too as I kind of put this together at the end. But so round one, we have Might Makes Right. The inspiration for Salty's mission. This one is six objectives that are player based. And again, fighting on objectives, killing objectives scores you points as well. And we have the Into the Fray card for we have the Into the Fray card for the deployments. So again, we're doing random deployments, or there's random deployments and there's 3 random missions, and we don't know what's going to happen here. So we get the players getting set up now. We have an odd number of players, and so we actually have someone new who's going to be kind of a staff bot, and I'm going to go help them out now. So I'll hop on a little bit later and introduce you to some of the more folks that are taking part, helping with the tournament.
That might be hard to.
So we're not doing feature matches for this event. However, if there was going to be a feature match this round, it would be right here. Paired up round one, we have Fred Shred and Peter Mercenkamp. So truly a battle of the Titans, a rematch of their last meeting. They fought to a draw. So let's see what's going to happen. We'll keep you updated later in the round and see what happens here. Hey, so still in the middle of round one here. So we actually had an odd number of players. I don't know if I mentioned this or not. And so what we have is we actually have Jacob here, who's volunteered to learn the game. I'm actually going to spend some time teaching the game, which I love teaching the game here as well. So he's going to be kind of our staff bot playing Untamed Beasts, kind of getting the ropes and making sure the folks that have the buy are at least getting a little bit of gameplay in. So we'll check in a little bit more later on the feature match here off to my other side with Peter and Fred. So we're here in the middle of round one still. Peter and Fred are going into turn 3. Fred just stole initiative on turn 3. Right now it's been a really cagey game. Fred's playing Slaves to Darkness. This is Double Gutlord from Peter. And so they've been really playing pretty cagey here, but it looks like there's going to be some stuff happening now. Okay, so we just finished, well, we have our first match done for round one. Obviously it was a smash fest, but we have defending champion Dave versus Dominic. Both of them like playing smashy warbands. Actually, Dominic's playing Soul Like Gravelords, kind of hoardy actually. But I was taking pictures and it was like a big schmoz in the middle, and I wouldn't expect anything less from these two. And it looks like Dominic got there on points. It looks like, but it was a minor victory because he was able to take out half his warband. So more to come from round one. Update from Fred versus Peter. They're going into round 4. Fred is up by 1 point. Peter has initiative in round 4, but Fred has a bunch of dice, including a quad 6 for a rampage. So it could be still anybody's game. Peter looks like he's swinging in big with opening up with the Gutlord attack, and we'll see what happens. So we have a winner for round 1, the grudge match between Fred and Pete. The numbers don't tell the story of the game. Major victory for Peter, and a lot of kill points for Peter as well, but it came down to a failed attack on a rampage from the Varangard that probably would have flipped it the other way, or even would have been a minor victory for you. But yeah, 2-point swing on with a kill and taking objective.
You have this objective, denying you an objective, 3-point difference.
Well, no, 2 points, right? Because the objective and then the gut.
Right.
But you get the idea. So we can't do a full breakdown of this on the channel afterwards. But again, here the update of these the video log here that we're going to be doing.
So we are now, just for the record, lifetime. Me and Peter are 1-1-1.
Oh boy!
There's still
Where
no champion.
when's the next showdown gonna be?
The photo call.
Hey, Warren here. We just got started with round 2. Introduce you to another member helping with the tournament. We got Horus here, also taking pictures. We got Jacob taking pictures here as well, documenting things. And I get to teach Horus how to play Warcry too now. So again, so we'll stay tuned. We also have Peter and Death Dealer Dan on the top table, and we got Dave and Dominic playing as well. So here at the top tables in round 2, we have Dave on Slaves of Darkness versus Dominic on Soulblight Grave Lords. And in the other bracket, we have Peter versus Dan. We have Ogre Maw Tribes versus Neve's Black Tabards. More to come here on round 2. So interesting round here at round 2. We had one Soulblight Grave Lords player take Dave on Slaves of Darkness to a draw, and we have another Soulblight, the other Soulblight Grave Lords player lose to the other Dave on Iron Jaws. So 2 really interesting games. It's actually really interesting to see Soulblight Grave Lords players here because we don't see a lot of them, and in terms of like their ability to like gum up the field with resurrections and stuff like that, they actually had a pretty strong showing from what I've seen. More to come here. We actually, with Pete winning his round, we actually have him as the lone undefeated at the end of round 2. So we're gonna have some other matchups here, but again, in previous tournaments, we've had reversals of fortunes where leaders have been taken down by the pair down. So it's not over yet. Still could be anybody's game. More to come here from round 3 in a bit. So starting round 3, we have Peter versus Dave, See Forever, at the top table. See Forever trying to avenge the Fred's loss to Peter. We also have David returning champion versus Fred. So another battle of former champions here. Death Dealer Dan versus Dominic. Also, between the second and third rounds, we had photographs taken, voting for best painted as well. I'll be tabulating that this round. And for everyone who had pictures taken in the light box, we'll have pictures of those. Maybe not in time for the video recap, but definitely sent out to everyone else after the event. So more to come here from round 3 as we keep going through this celebration of 5 years of Warcry. So update from round 3. Peter's beaten Dave already. Took out a Therodon and the Vanguard early on with Gut Lords. There's some bad dice involved there too, it looks like. First victory, or the first casualty of round 3. Real fast mission here. People just slamming into each other. The victory condition for this one is no mercy, which is take out just half your opponent's warband and deployment bloodshed. Also, we have a tight battle between Fred and Dave H, former champions, down 1 model each. Both of them are playing to 4 models. And finally, at the lowest table, we have Soulblight Grave Lords versus Neve Black Talons. And then I'm playing a fun game. I'm playing Untamed Beasts versus Soulblight Grave Lords. Bad matchup for me because he can red stuff and smash me. I'm already down 1 model, but more to come from round 3. Hey, Warren here. We're just finished up with round 3. It's actually a real fast round. So for the mission, was it No Mercy? Yeah, not a really good mission. It ends pretty quickly. It can be pretty imbalanced, but hey, that was 1.0 for you. So we got a short interview here. We got Fred. Fred Edge went out. Actually, so you lost 1 Marauder versus Dave. So actually you had some pretty good matchups here, but well, not that Dave. The other Dave.
This way. All right.
I'll tell you, I think my complaint about the mission would be that there's no counterplay. It's like as soon as the fourth model dies, the game is over.
Yeah.
And it's like, because I had like models in really precarious spots that could have died, but I won the initiative in the final round and got the kill and game over.
Yeah, and I played a couple rounds too, just as staff bot, and there wasn't really any aim to doing anything, right? It was just like, well, you know,
Very good matchup.
there weren't
kills.
any objectives to go after or treasures to go after, and it was just like, you know, if I'm playing it correct, I would just be playing keep away and like what's the fun of that?
Ran to the corners with my chaff and put the big boys in the middle.
Oh well, live and learn. Coming up locally, as of the time of recording, Salty published his mission pack, so we got 20 brand new. Well, not all 20 brand new, but we got 20 missions now to play. So if you're playing locally at meetups in Dayton Warcry Club, and when we start back up again next month, look for some of those. There's some of them that are kind of interesting.
Yeah, simplicity was not the goal, I don't think. There are a lot of moving parts, which is not necessarily a bad thing.
So actually, I read his review, and actually I think some of them look complicated, but I think they're actually really not once you get into them. But again, I'm really looking forward to kind of getting some games in with
I
them.
haven't played them yet. So,
Yeah. Anyway, more to come here. We got pairings coming up for round 4 here. Pivotal round 4. I think we already have a winner more or less locked in. There's still a very slim chance, but actually, based on the matchup, who knows here? It looks like we have the top player. We have Peter Merson-Cabbage at 3-0. We also have Dom at 2-0-1. With a major win, he could actually steal it from Peter, and we're playing Bloodshed coming up. So actually, numbers in the middle matter.
it's true. However, I think that the gut lords are so good at darting around the board.
Oh yeah, and he's gonna rack.
Kills.
He's gonna rack up a lot of points too. But anyway, we'll see what happens here. Stay tuned for the results from round 4 of Dayton Warcry Club's 5-year anniversary celebration of Warcry. So we're here in round 4. We have a couple interesting games here. We have a grudge match, Dayton Warcry Club grudge match, same list, Slaves to Darkness, Fred versus Dave. So I'm sure we're going to be talking about this a little bit, maybe on a future episode. We have Peter Merson-Cabbage versus Dominic. Dominic trying to dethrone the leader. And we also have Dan, Death Dealer Dan, versus our previous champion David H. On the third table. So very interesting tournament. Just worked out some of the prizes with the store and stuff like that. For the side prize of most kill points, we gave a traditional prize of skulls because why not? That's most kill points outside of the top 3. I also have a few other prizes as well to give, and I also have the painting tabulations as well. We got a pretty clear winner for the painting. And stay tuned to see who wins that. And see you in a bit as we do some reporting for round 4. What a glorious center.
Yeah.
This is a very photogenic mission.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
this mission. I think this mission's good.
I do too.
This guy's facing.
So reporting here from the Dayton Warcry Club grudge match. It's looking pretty bad for Dave right now, but I think we actually found the culprit though. We saw a little clip of the battle here. Well, that ain't gonna work, but we got a little clip of the battle here. I'm gonna insert that in, and so as we're still kind of going though, so here, show me the dice, Dave. So we think we found the culprit here. Like the source of all of Dave's woes is these Bengals dice, and apparently they roll a lot of 2s. So
Today they're the Bungles dice.
yeah, the Bungles dice. So and like legitimately, now there's machines out there that will roll them for you a bunch of times and determine whether or not there's actually a really there's a very popular video out there about Warcry and dice, which you might want to check out.
It's true.
It's like an hour long. It's like one of his biggest videos.
Great, like regular fine Warhammer dice. But I'm like, oh, look at these cool Bengals dice.
So I don't know. There's much strategy to talk about in this mirror match, other than dice.
8 out of 8 mirror, same blessings,
Yeah.
almost the same deployments.
Yeah.
I'm not using these.
I don't know. So Dave's a little bit biased, or actually his dice were a little bit biased. But what are your thoughts on the list there, Fred?
Oh, the list is great.
The list has felt great all day. It's felt good in every round, including my only loss to the guy who's going to win the tournament, almost certainly, I think.
He, without spoiling it, yeah.
And in that game, our game was incredibly close. Came down to the last 2 attacks in the final round.
Yep.
So it's felt really good all day. I think the list. I think we've got it. I think this is the slaves list.
So now we're gonna see when when I post this versus the Nova stuff though too, because
Do you want to do any reactions or anything?
anyway.
This guy.
So more to come here again. We'll have the final results here in just a few minutes. A couple interviews here in round 4 before we kind of get everything wrapped up. Just kind of get them in here. So we got Dominic. Right now, Dominic is sitting at what's your overall record? 2-1-1.
2-1-1, yeah.
40 points total.
40 points total after the last game.
So, so 2 minor wins and a draw.
Sorry, just because we can.
Yeah, so he lost to Peter. Spoiler: Peter's alone undefeated. We're going to interview him a little bit. So you're playing Soulblight Gravelords.
Yeah.
So tell us a little about your list.
So right now, the big thing that I was looking into was trying to keep Exiled Dead alive as much as possible, because those zombies with crackling hearts is definitely the biggest legs that my list had, and being able to keep them in the game as long as possible.
All right. How many dice?
Would have caused
you needed
some pretty
5, but
big pain overall to everything else. Overall, like Gargoyle, it's fast moving, trying to kill Chaff as much as possible, and DM Telos with its ranged attack just kept everybody on its toes, trying to keep everybody proactive instead of passive.
Yeah, not a bad list. I commented on earlier in the day that it's interesting because we have a couple different Soulblight Gravelords players, and we actually don't play versus a lot of Soulblight here. So it's actually pretty interesting the way that you have a lot of models you can come up the board with reses and stuff like that.
Yeah. So Soulblight Gravelords, their resin is pretty solid because it makes people think of stuff. It makes people think of more stuff in their game, because most people, when they kill a model, they just think, okay, it's done, I don't have to worry about it. But now with Soulblights, with just a triple, which is pretty cheap, all things considered, now people have to worry about, okay, what if he brings back another model? What will happen then? And that actually won me my 3rd game against Dan, because if I didn't have that triple, he probably would have won, because he was down to 1. I only had 1 Chaff guy left until he won. But because I could bring back a guy, he just couldn't get him down in time, with Unfeeling Flesh specifically, with its -1 to normal damage.
Yeah, because this list.
Yeah, good to hear. So again, I don't know what else to say. Soulblight's good. I think there's a whole lot of ways we can go with it. A couple of folks have played in the area and just never really kind of hit on it. But glad to see you found a little bit of success today. Okay, we just got the last game done here. We had a tight game between David and Death Dealer Dan. Looked like it was close up into the end, but it looks like David wound up pulling it out. So just a 2-2 record on the day for him. He had a kind of a rough day. Tell us what happened, Dave.
In this game, or
Just overall, what happened?
overall? Really bad rolls out of the war boss. In both games I lost, he whiffed. He never got a kill. In those 2 games I lost, he didn't kill.
There's a little bit of that going around, actually. We were actually chatting about someone else's dice as well.
That's true. That's true. It's unlucky.
No, it's tough too, though, right? Because like, yeah, when your plan is hinging on a piece like that, and if he doesn't perform, you need to have better have a good plan B, and hopefully everyone else can kind of
Totally.
pick up the slack.
What else is big? The kill round was not good for me. The Baron Guard just swiped people left and right. All good games, really,
Yep.
but some pretty big losses.
Yeah. We also had some
Some really highs. I mean, I did get a major victory in the second
Yep.
round.
And we had some strong competition here too,
Strong
actually.
competition.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. A couple more interviews before we do final results, or a couple more interviews after we do final results. Time for all the big announcements here. Time for all the big announcements. You gotta make sure I look good here, right? Make sure I'm nice and photogenic.
Best
This is
angle.
my best angle. All right, so let's start with best painted. Best painted. We actually had a real. It was actually down to before my vote, it was actually real close, like within a point. And
Nice looking warband.
yeah, it's a very nice,
really
looking
good one.
warband. So we have a toss up here between, well, of course, painting Nurgle is like cheating in painting competitions.
Yes, that is
Yeah,
cheating.
16 points on votes. Actually, James's Tomb Kings, second place at 15 on votes. But that was before I voted as well. And actually, Tomb Kings was my choice as well because Nurgle is just straight up pandering.
I agree with you.
So, but both of y'all earned something. So, James, we're going to give you another painting project. You get your choice. 2 warbands. We have a choice of Warrior Starter Set. You can paint up some Stormcast and some Cruel Boys, or you want to go old school, Evocators and Nighthaunt.
We'll go with the Warriors.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Fred, here you go. You got another painting project. Expect you to break Nighthaunt next.
That's good.
Okay. Next up, something we do special for our events here. We want to reward folks that really just want to fight a lot and score a lot of kill points, but isn't necessarily reflected on their record. And glad to say that this time the box of skulls, the honorary box of skulls, goes to its rightful owner, Death Dealer Dan Tipton.
The Death Dealer.
I will mount them as good as I can.
All right. What do we got left here? Okay. I did a vote. First time ever I did a vote for favorite game. However, I had like a 6-way tie. I think I was missing one. All right. So what does that tell me? That tells me that
Good problem.
that is a good problem to have, right? It means that everybody had a good game. Everyone had at least one great game. Everyone was an awesome sport, stuff like that, and it's just what I like to see here for Dayton Warcry Club. Okay, so the prizes got rolled into the double painting prize. Next up, let's go with, well, there's going to be no suspense. We have one undefeated player coming on the road, actually. Come on up, Peter. 4-0. No question. No question. No funky tie breaks. The greatest prize in Warcry history. Oh, wait, there's more. Have you ever gotten a trophy? You ever gotten one of the store champion trophies?
I haven't gotten a store champion trophy.
Oh,
Well, you have now.
Now you have.
All right, so you finally have one of the very sought after Warcry store champion trophies as well.
Yeah, that's the jam.
Warren,
Thank you.
yeah, man.
It's great. Thank you, guys.
Also, I haven't mentioned this yet. So Peter's staying the night with me. There was no funny business going on there. He won all of his games. He's actually been a great help getting me set up and tear down and stuff like that too. So, all right, what do we got after this? So second place Second place getting some store credit at a record of 3-1. Only loss being to Peter. We have Fred Shred. Hey.
It was a close loss.
Yep. Very tight game. I'll get you information. All right, and next, finally, we had a tie for third place at 45 points each. And so you could have 2 majors, a loss, and a minor loss, or you could have a major win, a major loss, and a draw. And actually want to be in the same, but based on tie breaks, and actually having played Peter, edging him out in the tie breaks, we have Dominic third place. Hey. First time placing, yep. And fourth place we have David with Iron Jaws.
Very nice. Very nice.
So I got $70 store credit left to give out. I will get that information to the store. We'll probably go 40, 20, and 10. So that way we try to keep prizes going as deep as I can. Be a little bit top heavy with the prizes, but for a $10 buy-in, what more do you want?
Yeah.
More money. That's
okay. So, just final announcements again. Thanks all for coming out. I know there's a lot of folks out there. I'm recording this out there in the internet land as well. A lot of folks that wanted to make it but couldn't. This is probably the last one I do here in Dayton. There'll be a more formal channel update as to kind of what happens and stuff like that. But I'm going to Nova after this. I'll still be around the Dayton area. We'll still be doing meetups in the area. But this is like me kind of clearing out my closet, kind of a swan song to running events here in the area, running the big formal events in the area. Again, Warcry is the greatest game GW's ever made, I think, and I will still play it around, but we're going to kind of shift gears a little bit and kind of the focus for the later part of the year.
Thank you, Warren.
Yeah, thank you.
That's all I got, and sign off. Oh, actually, I'm going to sign off here. We're going to sit down with Peter, kind of have a talk with him, because I haven't had a nice sit-down interview with him either. Just part of it as well. And, signing off temporarily. Hey. So, forgot about the post-tournament interview with our winner, Peter Mercencavage. We're home, got everything packed up from the store, had dinner, got most of the stuff back at my place now. So we can kind of decompress a little bit and talk about the tournament, talk about your list. So, Double Gut Lord, always a recipe for success.
Yeah, and this is the first tourney I've actually tried it. It just seemed like a real smash pack, and how you guys tend to play in Dayton, it just seemed like a good time to bring that style of the list. So
yeah,
okay, but
yeah, very true. I didn't intend for it to be a smash pack. I thought it was going to be relatively balanced between smash and horde, but again, I had no clue. So.
Well, I think a lot of that was dictated on the players, though, and what they decided to bring.
That's true, yeah. It was more like, instead of playing the mission pack, you play the room and you play the known meta, the known local meta.
Right. Yeah, and I expected to see Slaves to Darkness. I thought I'd see Horns. I was actually surprised not to see Horns, and I figured I'd see Iron Jaws.
I'm the only Horns player.
Are you really? I thought Fred.
Oh, you're right. No, you're right. You're right. Fred has Horns. Yep.
Yeah. So those 3 is kind of what I was expecting to see, and just for all that in mind, yeah, I was actually surprised to see 2 Soulblight Gravelords players, which was cool. Yeah, it was cool. Seeing Talons today, Black Talons was good. Yeah, overall, I thought it was a pretty nice turnout.
Yeah, it was different.
Right.
So let's see what comes next year. We're both going 2 weeks from now, from the time we're recording here. We'll both be at Nova.
Nova Open.
Button heads. Hopefully, I'm not in your pool.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see. It was funny today playing against Fred round 1, because we typically don't see each other till later in the tournament. So that was a real twist. Typical tournaments, you can plan all you want. You just never know what you're going to walk into. So, yeah, I guess we'll find out and see. But yeah, Nova Open coming up. If you haven't signed up yet, you should. There's still space. So, but yeah, that'll be a good time for sure.
So this is going to go live on the channel as we're watching it now, probably sometime the following week before I leave for Nova. And then also the episode after this is the one that we're doing for our Nova Prep. That's going to go live the 30th, right, the day after the Big Nova tournament, and then potentially another follow-up after that as well.
Yeah, look forward to hearing from it.
Yep, that's what we expect to see from there. I don't know what you guys have planned for Three Heroes, One Chaff.
We'll probably record a little something at Nova, possibly, and we're doing a family meetup here pretty soon, so you'll see some more information. But yeah, check out Three Heroes, One Chaff. There's my plug-in. Good group of guys there. But yeah, it was really good coming over to Dayton. I appreciate you having me, Crash, and play a tournament. It was a good time.
Yep. All right, signing off, and now I gotta splice all this together here and fix it all in post.
Lucky you.